Madder than, sicker than them. Madder than, sicker than them. Dreader than dread, dreader than dread. Yeah, but look at me tell them, say, yo, say what? We rise up on a left them a ball.
Big fan of Dreadhead Millie. I've been watching this dude's channel since he was a youth. It's always cool to see people come up on the internet, and I love seeing channels that start from the bottom and they grow. You know, I've seen that happen with a lot of guys on YouTube over the 10 years, and it amazes me every time. It really does, because it shows the unlimited potential of the internet these days. You know, so Dreadhead Millie on this channel, coming from Chicago, he's got some dreads that we've known for the dread sponge method. If you type in how to do dreads with a dread sponge, his video pops out pretty quick. And today I'm just gonna give you guys an update on his locks. So without further ado, let's hop right into this video. Dreadhead Millie, you guys can go ahead and follow him, links in the description. This is the video I was talking about with how to get dread sponge dreads. At this time, he was only at 1,000 followers when he put this video out, which is actually kind of crazy. And now he's at 60,000. So, you know, this is when I remember seeing him when he was just a kid, doing a lot of dread review stuff. You know, I'm happy to have inspired a lot of youths in the generation. But his locks looking a lot different now. He ended up taking his old set of locks out, putting some new locks in. And today I'm going to give you guys an update, day 1 to 1 year of his new journey now. This is Dreadhead Millie's new journey. Started off here with the twists, more like a comb coil twist, which, you know, creates very small, skinny, worm-like locks all over the head, hundreds of them. And this is a style you go to if you want to get thinner locks of bigger multiples. Looks good, actually. I've always been a fan of hair that looks like this. I've never been able to get a hairstyle like this. That's probably why I've been such a big fan of it over the years. But it's actually a good way to start locks if you have a type 4 hair. You know, as they get longer, we can actually see that his hair was starting to change color a little bit here. From the sun, just being out in that sun. You can see the back of his head here at month 5. And that growth coming in there. I mean, this does take a long time to twist all these individually. A little bit of a dread shake there. And look at this. It's crazy to see the length once they are pulled down. They're actually like 2 or 3 times as much longer than they are that when they're raveled up like that. I had a friend in high school that had hair like that, and I was surprised at his length when he pulled it down, because when his hair was in braids or in afro, it didn't look very long. But we can see Millie's hair starting to drop down in front of his face here now a bit more. Starting to get a little bit more length at the back here, probably around 8 months or so now. And then at his front of his face here, they've come down and they've thickened up quite a bit considering those little dreads that were happening at the beginning. So that's pretty dope. Here's the 1 year mark. And that's a good amount of length actually for 1 year of dreads. There's been a lot of change going on there. Happy to see that this progression on his locks is pretty phenomenal. If I were to look up another video of Millie here, you know, he does some dread reviews as well. Not as much as me, but he does do some dread reviews. And talking about his braid ups, Millie here is quite fond of getting the braids put in. You can see the new twists still happening down by the roots of his locks. And the braid up, you know, the cornrows going on here does create parting of the scalp, which can hurt exposed skin like that. You know, he does have a little bit of a taper going on here to keep his sides all cleaned up. Braids looking legit. His hair is actually still kind of short to be braided, and I'm surprised that he's got it into braids, which only means that it must have been pretty tight ass braids to be put in there. The back not being able to be braided all the way out, but just clipped, rubber banded there like that. Looks pretty dope. Kind of like a dread in the front, party in the back. Braid up in the front, party in the back look here. You know, so the braids definitely looking pretty fresh over there. And lastly, I combined all of my locks Lastly here, he says he combined them. Don't really know how he's managed to do it. I haven't actually watched this video all the way through. But what it looks like is he's two-strand twisting them together, you know, cutting down the amount of dreads that he has by half, if that's the case where he's trying to combine them all together. Just twisting them up there. And this is what I mean, like thicker dreads. I'm surprised that they're staying in without any rubber bands or anything. He just twisted them up and they stayed. Thicker dreads being more popular these days than ever. I must admit, being with thick dreads is definitely a standout comment these days. Nobody wants, I mean, I can't say nobody, but I mean, I feel like less people want thin dreads nowadays. You know, as much as shit like this where you got big ass locks coming in with guys like Glock 9, you know, when you can, why take thin dreads when you can have big ass locks like this nowadays, you know? That's just the way I feel about it. But it's all good. It doesn't have an Instagram page. It's all right. So that's where we're going to end Dreadhead Millie's update. Just keeping it real quick here. Keeping it real light like a feather. Hopefully you guys are having a happy holidays. Hopefully some of you guys are getting away, going to the beach, getting to some warm weather for the holidays. If not, stay in the cold. Stay where you are. Enjoy the family time. Enjoy the time off. Myself, I will be heading to the beaches of Mexico on Christmas Day. Gonna be doing some vlogging out there. Hopefully see some dreadheads, some Mexican dreadheads, and get some plica polonicas on video, because I did see a plica out there last year when I was in Mexico in the same town that I'm going to. So I'm putting it out there to run into the same guy again and hopefully help him out, get some video of him as well, and just spread some kindness. So I'm gonna end this video here. I appreciate you guys stopping by, watching this videos every single day. It wouldn't exist if it was not for the viewers and the audience like you guys. So big ups and blessings to every one of you and your family members across this holiday season and every other day, of course. But I'm gonna sign off. So until next time, peace out, one love, stay happy and natty, and I'll see you guys in the next Dreadlock review. I'm gone. Adios.
Madder than, sicker than them. Madder than, sicker than them. Dreader than dread, dreader than dread. Yeah, but look at me tell them, say, yo, say what? We rise up on and left them.